Hey, I'm Bob, and we're continuing to delve into the dark side of the Force as we take a look at Sith Lords and the minions of said Sith Lords. Today I've got two minions to show, and they are servants of Emperor Palpatine. We saw our clone Emperor from the last video. We also saw the Emperor as he appeared in Return of the Jedi. Today we're going to look at his royal guards. And our first guard is from Return of the Jedi. He's all robed in red. And this guy's a big salt shaker of an action figure. He's got no feet underneath his robes. Just completely, a completely hollowed out piece of plastic. But I don't think he needs feet. I mean, he's a very sturdy figure when you stand him up. He doesn't even need a figure stand. If you want to just stand him on a hard surface, he does not fall over at all. I like the design of him quite a bit. You don't need to move him around if you don't want to. Well, you really can't. But you can move his arms up and down. And I've equipped him with his Force Pike weapon in his right hand there. And this Pike is, well, it's got several different settings. If a guard needs to interrogate a prisoner on the lowest setting, he can cause a great deal of pain, and as he cranks up the setting, well, it gets more lethal. I think he can even end someone's life if his Emperor demands it. And these guys did everything the Emperor told them to. If one guard needed to take out one of his brothers, he would do that without question if that was what the Emperor wanted him to do. Palpatine didn't need these guards. I think he liked the fear and intimidation that they exuded when he had them out in public. I mean, I guess he didn't want everyone knowing that he practiced the Sith religion. I mean, he still wanted to come off as, well, a helpless old man. So he just had these guys trained to do his dirty work. Like if there was anybody trying to assassinate him in public, he'd just send these guys after him. Or if there were some rebels that were gunning for him, here these guys would come, and they were much better than your average Imperial stormtroopers. These guys were good, very good at what they did. I think in one of the comics, I want to say, one of the Royal Guards says they're worth, like one of them is worth 100 stormtroopers or something like that. That's probably over-exaggeration, I don't know. But these guys were good. And here is a second version of our Royal Guard. This is what they look like when they take off their red robes. So these guys are just packing body armor. And when they need to disrobe and do a lot of running around, maybe chasing some enemies down or going after some Jedi Knights, they can do that too. And they don't just wield force pikes, they know how to use a blaster, and I think they're probably better shots than stormtroopers are too. Like they tend to hit what they point their blasters at, unlike stormtroopers. I could be a stormtrooper if I wanted to be, I guess. I would tend to miss my targets too. But these guards, when they were after you, you usually got hit. I like their armor. I remember being very impressed with the looks of them when I finally received one, when you're able to disrobe them here. And so yeah, let me take this little blaster out of his hand, stick it back in his holster. This guard is from a Crimson Empire comic book 2-pack, by the way. And not only did those guys wield force pikes, if the need arose, they also wielded these double-bladed staves. Well, they didn't wield these in the movie, but they had them in the comic. So here's this guy wielding his staff. I hope this could stand up against the lightsaber. And you can take this guy's mask off. We'll just put this staff aside here so I can possibly get a better close-up of his face. Set the mask aside. I'm not sure which guard this is. It's either Kir Kanos or Karner Jax. Probably should have brailled their names out. So if this guy has a scar on his face, we are looking at Kir Kanos. If there is no scar whatsoever, you're looking at Karner Jax. And these guards weren't clones, or not many of them were. They were just the best of the best in the Empire. Whoever, got picked to serve the Emperor, they had to go through all these training regiments, and they had to be trained on a special planet. I think it was Karita. So yeah, that's either Kanos or Karnar Jax. And that is basically it for today. I hope you were able to see this guy's face a little. Let's see if I can show it off more. I'll try to. Like I said, I'm not sure which guard this is. If it's scarred, it's Kanos. If he's not scarred, it is Jax. See, I can show his legs off too. I don't know if I showed those well enough. Look at all that armor they're packing. I love the looks of these guys when they're not wearing their cloaks. And if you like what you see here, click the like button and subscribe, and click the notification button so you'll be able to tell when I post any future videos. Force be with you, and hear you later.